On day 1, I spawned in as Demon Steve with 5 hearts. Oh wow, Demon Steve? Maybe this means I should cause some mischief. Nothing too serious, of course, just some fun little pranks. But I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, because as soon as I did, a huge iron golem knight came barreling towards me across the prairie. He was easily twice my size and scarily fast for how big he was.
Halt, foul demon! You have no business in these lands. I will destroy you now, for I am the brave knight, Sir Slashalot, and it is my duty to destroy evil.
Wait, I'm not evil. I'm just a little mischievous. I don't deserve to be destroyed.
All demons deserve to be destroyed, and I have made it my life's mission to do so. It's why I'm the good guy here. Now have at thee. It's time to meet your doom, demon.
Sir Slashalot didn't waste any time. He immediately tried to slash me in half. I guess that's how he got his name, so I tried to hit him back. When I hit him, he took some fire damage. That must mean that as a demon, my punches have a natural fire aspect enchantment. That's so cool! But I was still no match for the knight. I made a run for it, further into the prairie, until I couldn't see him anymore. I stopped for a moment to rest. Jeez, it isn't easy being a demon. Then, I was attacked by a bunch of fallen soldiers with a bone to pick. Thankfully, my fire punches were really helpful in defeating them before they could deal me any real damage. After they were finished, I found some shelter under a tree to finally get some sleep. I guess people really hate demons in this world. I wonder if I can still get by, even if nobody believes in me here. On day 2, I decided that if nobody was going to take care of me, I'd at least take care of myself. I punched down some trees with my powerful fire punch and used the remains to build myself a wooden pickaxe. This was perfect for digging into the ground and getting enough stone to build a complete stone tool set, including a stone sword. Now I'm ready to explore the world, and maybe do a little demon pranking too. I traveled from the prairie to the Red Rock Valley, which seemed like a fun place for a demon to hang out. Once I arrived, I found a nice clear area where I'd have plenty of space to build a base. I used some of the material I collected to start building a cool little demon pad where I could hang out and avoid Sir Slashalot and his men. It was pretty basic at first, with only a room to sleep and a room to hang out in. But when it was done, I took in all my hard work and felt happy. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. And clearly, my building attracted some attention, because I was soon attacked by a roving concrete golem. We fought, and believe me, he was as tough as, well, concrete. But in the end, I managed to get the upper hand and defeat him. But it made me realize how strong stone could be. Using a crafting bench I added to my base, I decided to build myself a full set of stone armor. Sometimes the best offense is a good defense. With all this work done, I added a bed to my bedroom and settled down to sleep. On day 3, I traveled from the Red Rock Valley over to the forest, where I could collect some more wooden blocks for my base. Even when you're a demon, you just can't beat the class of hardwood flooring. I cut down a few trees and collected all the wood blocks. Just when I was about to take the rest of the day off, a behemoth suddenly ran out of the woods and started attacking me. This is the last thing I need today! I equipped my sword and started fighting back. But even with my demon strength, I was still too weak to go toe-to-toe with him. Instead, I turned around and made a run for it, traveling deeper into the forest. That's when I ran into a hellhound. Hey, hellhound, I'm Zozo, and I'm a demonic creature too. What are you doing all the way out here in the forest?
Probably the same thing you're doing, trying to avoid Sir Slashalot and his band of not-so-merry knights. They've been coming down hard on anything even vaguely demonic. I lost one of my hellhound brothers to his raids.
Oh no, that's awful! Tell you what, hellhound, I think we should stick together. Come stay at my base with me. There's safety in numbers, right?
That sounds like a pretty good idea. Lead the way, Zozo.
From day 4 to day 5, I returned to the base in the Red Rock Valley with my new friend, the Hellhound. Because he probably didn't want to sleep in my room with me, I instead started building a kennel where he could live, one that would suit his needs perfectly. By the time it was done, it looked like the Hellhound could settle in nicely. It was a job well done. But sadly, it wasn't time for me to rest just yet, because I saw a High Reaver skulking around the outside of my base. He was someone I needed to deal with before things got too out of hand. No trespassers allowed, Reaver! I ran out and fought him with my stone sword, surprising him with how tough I was, even though I wasn't that experienced. It must have been that demon confidence serving me well. Soon enough, the High Reaver was defeated, and he left me a gift. A bow dropped to the ground, ripe for the taking. So I did. Now I have a long-range attack too. This is perfect. From day 6 to day 8, I went out to the plains in search of more resources. If nothing else, I could probably find some more stone to make my base bigger. However, while I was out there, just minding my own business, I was suddenly ambushed by Sir Slashalot himself. Uh-oh.
You thought you could escape me, foolish demon? But nobody escapes Sir Slashalot. It is my righteous purpose to hunt down and slay every single one of you. And now, with my new divine blade, which is extra dangerous to demonic beings, I'll finally be able to carry out my mission.
Sure, but you'll have to catch me first. I ran as fast as I could, while the crazed Sir Slashalot chased me. As I ran, I knew that I'd have no hope of stopping him. For now, the best I could do to survive was just run away as fast as I could and hope that he didn't catch me. During the chase, I even ran out of the plains and into the cover of the forest. Sir Slashalot kept chasing me, but I'd built enough distance between us to hide behind a tree. I stayed very still and very quiet while Sir Slashalot searched. To my relief, he didn't seem to find me.
You can't hide forever, demon. I'll search for you to the ends of the earth and back if I have to. Even if you hide in the deepest cracks and crannies of the nether or the dark mists of the end, mark my words, I will find you and I will destroy you.
After that, Sir Slashalot left. I was safe again, for now. He was right though, I couldn't hide from him forever. I needed to get stronger, I needed to defeat him. From day 9 to day 10, I returned to my base and wondered what I could do to start getting stronger, strong enough to take on Sir Slashalot. I went into the Hellhound's kennel to ask him for some ideas on what to do.
I think maybe you need some inspiration, Zozo. You're getting too stuck in your head about all this. If you want to be big and strong, you need to picture it. Maybe start building a statue of what you'd like to be like.
Oh, that's a really neat idea, Hellhound. I'm gonna get right on it. I collected some material from the area around my base and cleared a plot of land for me to start building my statue. I wanted to build a statue of a huge, powerful winged demon, just like I wanted to be after all my training. Once I'd laid the foundations and made the start of my statue, I went back to my base and decided to make a fireplace. After all, demons love fire. As soon as it was done, I sat back and warmed myself with the flames. Maybe everything would turn out to be alright in the end, if I tried my hardest. From day 11 to day 12, I went further than I'd ever gone before, venturing into the dark depths of the Black Forest, not knowing what I might find in there. I hoped, at least, that I wouldn't find Sir Slashalot waiting for me. Instead, I ran into a Gorgon. She was warming herself next to a campfire she'd built, and she noticed me as I approached.
Who goes there? Are you here to interfere with me? If you come any closer, I'll turn you to stone.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm not here to interfere with anyone. I'm just out here trying to avoid Sir Slashalot. He's been on my tail for almost 2 weeks now.
Ah, Sir Slashalot. That makes sense. He's been making trouble around the overworld for decades now. I've been around for all of it, and it seems he's only getting worse.
Worse? You seem to know a lot, Miss Gorgon. Can you maybe tell me where Sir Slashalot came from?
Well, long ago there was a village that was often under attack by demons and other demonic creatures. In order to protect the village, a powerful wizard created his special night version of an iron golem. His purpose was to protect the villagers by destroying demons. But there was a problem, you see. Over time, the relations between the village and the demons smoothed over. Some demons even chose to live peacefully among the villagers. But this special iron golem, he didn't know how to take this. He wasn't even built to imagine that humans and demons could ever get along. So he went mad, and in his madness he destroyed the entire village, leaving no demons or villagers left. Now he roves the world, picking up others who share his mission, with the goal of eliminating demons and any who are kind to them. If you want to defeat him, you're going to need everything you've got, Zozo.
From day 13 to day 15, with the story the Gorgon told me still ringing through my mind, I decided I needed to stand up for myself and settle an old score. I went back to the forest where I'd first met my friend the Hellhound, and I hunted down the behemoth that had given me so much trouble the first time I got there. But this time, I decided to try a different tactic. Rather than engaging directly, I took out the bow I'd taken from the High Reaver and took the behemoth on from a distance. This time, it only took a few well-placed arrows to defeat the beast, and the XP it gave me let me level up. I got bigger, stronger, and got 15 hearts. Oh wow! And what's this new ability? I could now draw on my demon powers to use a ranged fireball attack. It took a lot of energy, so I couldn't use it often, but it was still a really cool power to have in my back pocket just in case. From day 16 to day 19, after deciding this would be a great time to invest in some upgrades for all my equipment, I started mining underground, searching for some veins of iron ore. But during my search, I also found a bunch of nasty cave spiders who weren't eager to have company. Looks like I gotta do a little pest control down here. I unleashed a fireball that blasted most of the cave spiders immediately. The last couple ran away after that, not wanting to get in any more trouble with me. Sometimes, being a demon can have its perks. I searched deeper until I found some veins of iron ore, mined them, and collected them. Then I took them back to my base for crafting. I built a furnace on my base and used it to smelt the iron ore into iron ingots. Then, with the help of a little extra wood, I made myself a full set of iron gear, including an iron pickaxe, a shield, and an iron sword. Now I've got an iron will and an iron loadout. From day 20 to day 22, I was chilling at my base when suddenly Hellhound ran in to warn me about something. He looked worried and frantic. What's going on, Hellhound?
Zozo, it's an emergency! Sir Slashalot is outside right now. You need to go stop him or he'll destroy the whole base.
There was no time to waste. I equipped my iron sword and shield and ran out to face Sir Slashalot, who was waiting for me at the base's entrance.
Impressive! I was worried you wouldn't even come face me, demon. Perhaps you're a little less cowardly than I thought.
I'm no coward, Sir Slashalot, but I also don't want to fight you unless I absolutely have to. You're making a big mistake trying to destroy all the demons. Most of us are just trying to get by.
I don't believe you, demon! You're just trying to trick me, but I won't fall for it! I'll destroy every last one of you!
With that, Sir Slashalot attacked me, and I fought back. Even though his divine sword was powerful, my shield helped me block a lot of the damage, and my iron sword was a formidable weapon. Despite this, I started to get worried that I might lose the fight, so I pulled out the big guns and hit him with a fireball. That made him stop fighting me and fall back.
This isn't over, Zozo. I will return and slay you and all the rest.
After that, he ran away. I felt lucky to be alive after such an intense fight, but for a second there, it felt like I really had him on the ropes. If I keep training and upgrading my gear, maybe I can truly defeat Sir Slashalot and his evil forces. From day 23 to day 26, I went underground to search for some new, interesting materials and found myself in the middle of the lush caves. This is great! Demons naturally love being underground, so this suits me just fine. As I searched, I found something extremely valuable, a protection enchantment. This would help me protect myself and ward off attacks from Sir Slashalot. And if you want to protect yourself from boredom, believe me, the best way to do it is to search ZO in your search bar for more exciting Zozo adventures. From day 27 to day 31, I continued to work on my statue. It was looking pretty good if I do say so myself, but I couldn't shake this feeling that something was missing. Oh, I know. This statue needs some red terracotta. I'll go to the eroded Badlands to find some. So I grabbed my gear and left my base, making my way out to the eroded Badlands to hunt for some new material. I hadn't heard from Sir Slashalot in days, so I was feeling pretty good about my progress. I eventually reached an area where there was plenty of red terracotta, but just by luck, there was a gang of mutant hoglins guarding it. I needed to do some battling today after all. Ready to see how a demon fights hoglins? I ran in with my sword and shield, blocking their attacks and returning mine. It didn't take me long to defeat the entire group and collect all the material I needed for the next part of my statue. Come to Zozo. After collecting all the material, I went back to my base and continued working on the statue. It was coming along great. From day 32 to day 35, I decided it was time to go and explore a biome I'd never been to before, the snowy plains. Demons don't naturally like the cold, so I figured being out in the snow would help me toughen up to fight Sir Slashalot. And that toughness was about to come in majorly handy because it didn't take long for a big, nasty snow golem to run in, ready for a fight. Ready to kick some frosty butt, I pulled out my sword and took him on. He had the home field advantage, but I wouldn't give up. Soon enough, I was able to take him down with my sword. Once I defeated the snow golem, I kept moving until I ran into a crying snow fox standing in the middle of the snow. What's wrong, little snow fox?
The Dread Lich of the Snowy Plains stole my favorite guitar, and he wouldn't give it back. I'm not strong enough to fight him myself, so I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, little snow fox. I may be a demon, but I'm a helpful demon, so I'll go get your guitar back, or my name isn't Zozo.
Oh, thank you so much, Zozo. You're amazing.
From day 36 to day 39, I took some directions from the sad snow fox and ventured deeper into the snowy plains to find the Dread Lich. It didn't take me long because I could hear his terrible, out-of-tune guitar playing before I even ran into him. I hid behind a rock and watched as the Dread Lich played the guitar badly, but even if he was a bad guitar player, he still looked pretty tough. From here, I could also see he was keeping an innocent green pixie in a cage too. This guy was the master of taking things that didn't belong to him. At least he seemed pretty distracted by talking to the pixie.
So, what do you think? Pretty sick track, right? I told you it was foolish not to accept my invitation into my band. We're gonna be the next One Direction.
The only direction I want to go is out of here, Dread Lich.
An encore, you say? Coming right up.
Please, no.
Just like that, I formulated my plan. Using their sound as a distraction, I'd run right in, defeat the Dread Lich, free the green pixie, and get the snow fox's guitar back. From day 40 to day 43, I put my plan into action. It was time to make it all happen. While the Dread Lich was jamming out, terribly, in case you've forgotten, I snuck up behind him and prepared to strike him with my sword. But he spun around and hit me with his stolen guitar. It really hurt.
How dare you interrupt my band practice, little demon? Me and the green pixie were on the verge of riding our Sergeant Pepper, but you just disrupted the flow.
He's lying. He kidnapped me. Please help me out of here.
Silence, or I'll do scales again.
Oh goodness, please, no.
Before he could play any more terrible songs, I blasted a fireball at the Dread Lich. After that, he started attacking me again, but this time I was ready to fight back. I used my sword and my shield, timing my blocks and attack perfectly. Soon, the Dread Lich was no more, and I used my sword to break open the green pixie's cage.
I'm free, I'm free. Thank you, Zozo. I'll never forget this. I feel so grateful I'll never have to listen to the Dread Lich's lousy guitar playing again. I'm really more of a hip-hop and R&B fan at heart.
With the Dread Lich defeated and the green pixie freed, I traveled across the snowy plains again until I reached the snow fox. I found your guitar, little guy. It's super cool, and actually a really effective weapon, too.
Thank you so much for getting it back for me, Zozo. I trust you, so you're welcome to borrow it if you want.
That's so kind. How about you come live at my base for a while, too, just so you have somewhere safe to stay.
That sounds like an awesome idea.
From day 44 to day 49, I returned to my base with the snow fox behind me, practicing on the sick guitar that he'd loaned me. It's true what they say, demons are just naturally better at music. It must be why we make so many crossroads deals with famous musicians. I made a few upgrades to my base, including building a whole new room that the snow fox could sleep in while he was staying with me.
This is such a cool room. Thanks, Zozo. I think I'm gonna really enjoy my time staying here.
No problem, Snow Fox. You're always welcome here. And with the Snow Fox settling down, I decided to finish up day 49 by working on the statue. It was really coming along. I think things are about to get a whole lot better. From day 50 to day 53, things got a whole lot worse. Sir Slashalot returned to my base, and this time he brought friends, a group of Dread Knights.
You've tested me for too long, Zozo. Now I'm going to have to get serious with you. These Dread Knights are completely devoted to my cause of wiping out every demon. What better place to start than with the most annoying one of all, you!
With that, the Dread Knights advanced towards me, while Sir Slashalot stood back and watched. I refused to be defeated in front of him. I'll take you all on! And I did! As the Dread Knights poured in, I shot a fireball and fought them all. One by one, I took them all out until none were left. By that time, Sir Slashalot was already gone. This battle gave me enough XP to level up once again. I got bigger, stronger, and now I had 30 hearts too. Not to mention a new power, Demon Skin, which made me completely immune to fire and lava damage. This is awesome! I can't believe that actually went well for me. But not everything was as peachy keen as I thought. Suddenly, the Snow Fox came running towards me.
Zozo, I have bad news. I can't find the Hellhound anywhere. I think Sir Slashalot's Dread Knights might have just been a distraction for him to kidnap Hellhound.
Oh no, this is horrible! We need to get him back as quickly as possible! From day 54 to day 57, I repaired some of the parts of my base that had been damaged during my battle with the Dread Knights. Then I started building a stronger, taller perimeter wall, so if Sir Slashalot tried attacking my base again, it wouldn't be so easy for him. Once I'd finished making the proper tweaks and upgrades to my base, I knew exactly what I needed to do next. Go back to the Black Forest and speak to the Gorgon. She seems like she really knows a lot about Sir Slashalot in his past, so maybe she can help me. I journeyed out into the Black Forest as quickly as I could, knowing that every second counted while Sir Slashalot and his men had the Hellhound captive. Luckily, I found the Gorgon in the exact same place, chilling out around a campfire.
Oh, Demon Boy, you again. Is there something I can do for you, or are you just here to warm yourself by the fire?
It's an emergency, Miss Gorgon. My friend, the Hellhound, has been kidnapped by Sir Slashalot and his forces. I have no idea where he's taken them. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, in the early days of his rampages, Sir Slashalot and his men would just rove from place to place, taking on different villages and bases as they went. But eventually, too many people started to band together and fight back. It was around that time that Sir Slashalot started building Castle Slashalot in the east. It was a dangerous castle with an extensive set of dungeons underneath. If your friend is still alive and being kept anywhere, I'd wager that it's probably there.
Castle Slashalot in the east. That's exactly where I'll go. Thanks again for the help, Miss Gorgon.
No problem, kid. And hey, when you're finally fighting old Slashalot, be sure to give him an extra wallop for me, will ya?
Will do. From day 58 to day 62, I knew that I needed to upgrade my gear if I wanted any hope of surviving a journey into Castle Slashalot. I found the nearest diamond mine and ventured inside with my iron sword and pickaxe at the ready. Of course, it would never be as simple as just waltzing in there, grabbing some diamonds, and leaving. There were some skeletons in there waiting for me, and they didn't seem all that friendly. And I'm guessing you guys won't just let me through because I'm in a hurry today? They didn't respond, they just attacked me. So to keep them at bay, I blasted them with a fireball and attacked the rest with my sword. It didn't take me long to defeat all those skellies. I then pulled out my iron pickaxe and started mining for dear life until I'd collected a whole bunch of diamonds. Then I returned to my base to do some crafting and forging. I combined my diamonds with some wood I'd gathered and created a diamond pickaxe, diamond sword, and some diamond armor. Now I felt like I was ready for anything! From day 63 to day 66, after all this hard work and upgrading, I was almost ready to storm the dungeons of Castle Slashalot and rescue Hellhound. But first, to make sure my head was in the right space, I did a little more work on the statue. Seeing the big, strong demon I was building helped motivate me to know what really mattered. Getting big enough and strong enough to beat Sir Slashalot and save my friends. And if you want to help me on my mission to make friends, get strong, build cool bases, and defeat evil bad guys, hit subscribe and ring the little bell so you can join me on all of my exciting adventures. From day 67 to day 70, with my new power and diamond equipment, I knew that it was time to make my way to Castle Slashalot and rescue Hellhound from the evil knight's clutches. I traveled east, following the Gorgon's instructions, until I saw a sinister castle on the horizon, and just knew that it had to be Castle Slashalot. And when I got closer and saw that the building was surrounded by Dread Knight guards, my suspicions were confirmed. I knew that Hellhound and Sir Slashalot were somewhere inside. I guess the only way in is just to fight my way through, but I need to be smart about this. I'll save my fireball power for Slashalot himself when I'm inside. First, I pulled out my bow and started firing at the Dread Knights. This took out a few of them and alerted the others to my position. It was time to fight up close and personal. I pulled out my diamond sword and ran into the battle, fighting off as many Dread Knights as I could. Thankfully, my diamond armor helped deflect the worst of their blows. Once all the Dread Knights were defeated, I ran into Castle Slashalot, searching for wherever I could find Hellhound. That's when I saw a tunnel that seemed to be leading deep into the ground. It must be the tunnel down into the dungeon. I need to get down there and save him. So I steeled myself and ran down into the dungeon, ready to do whatever I needed to save my friend. From day 71 to day 74, I entered the dungeon, searching for Hellhound. I saw a bunch of cells lining the walls, all empty except one of them. And of course, that one cell had a hellhound waiting for me in it. He seemed so happy to see me there.
Zozo, it's you! Thank you for coming to save me!
Of course I'd save you, Hellhound. You're one of my best friends. Now stand back. I'm gonna bust you out of here. Hellhound stood back, and I used my diamond sword to smash open the door to his cell. Head back to the base, Hellhound. I'm gonna keep fighting my way through. Sir Slashalot can't keep getting away with all this. He needs to be defeated, here and now.
Good luck, Zozo. I know that if anyone could take down that monster, it's you!
With Hellhound released to safety, I could comfortably focus on my next mission, taking down the big boss. I continued to explore the dungeon. During my journey, more Dread Knights emerged and started attacking me. Lucky for me, with all my weapons and gear, they really weren't hard for me to defeat. Sir Slashalot should really start employing some tougher guys. These Dread Knights aren't even a challenge anymore. He should rename them Mild and Convenience Knights. Once the Dread Knights were defeated, I found a chest buried deep in the dungeons, containing one truly awesome item, a dragon bone sword. This is an even better weapon for a demon than a diamond sword. Using this, Sir Slashalot doesn't stand a chance against me. With my brand new sword, I kept searching until I saw an unfamiliar door. This must have been one that led directly into Castle Slashalot's inner sanctum. Hope you're ready, Slashalot. This is one demon you can't get rid of. From day 75 to day 78, I entered the first chamber of Castle Slashalot's inner sanctum and found that the diabolical knight himself was waiting for me.
Foul demon! You have defiled my castle with your presence, and you have taken my precious dragonbone sword from the dungeon. You've destroyed scores of my men, and worst of all, you've committed crimes against nature by existing as a demon. Is there anything in your vast list of crimes that I'm forgetting?
I think you're forgetting that time I hit you with a fireball, maybe?
What? I don't remember such an event.
Oh shoot, my bad. Sorry, I think I must have been thinking about it right now. I fired a fireball at Sir Slashalot, stunning him. That gave me a perfect opening. I ran in with my new dragonbone sword at the ready and started attacking, hitting him again and again and again, not even giving him time to fight back. I could tell that Sir Slashalot was badly injured by my attack because he retreated away from me, holding a defensive position.
You got lucky, Zozo, but you won't get lucky again!
Luck has nothing to do with it, Slashalot. You just made the mistake of assuming that a demon could never be stronger than you, and that's why you're paying the price.
You insolent little rat, I'll show you!
Then Sir Slashalot turned around and ran, and all I could do was try to chase him. From day 79 to day 84, I chased the wounded Sir Slashalot deeper into his inner sanctum, ready to finish this once and for all. But of course, I should have known that it would never be so easy. As soon as I caught up to him, I could see that Sir Slashalot wasn't running anymore. He was just standing there, watching me.
I have to hand it to you, demon. You've really pushed me to my limit here. And the dragonbone sword was a particularly ingenious touch. But I have one last trick still up my sleeve. Don't get scared now, Zozo.
Suddenly, Sir Slashalot began to glow and transform. He became a bigger, more imposing version of himself. What? I don't understand.
You don't need to understand, Zozo. You need only tremble before me. This is my final form, Ultimate Demon Crusader Sir Slashalot. Are you ready to meet your doom, Zozo?
For the first time in a while, I felt truly afraid. All I could do was turn and run out of the inner sanctum in shame. Once again, I wasn't ready to face him. From day 85 to day 89, I returned to my base, feeling really down after not being able to defeat Sir Slashalot in his new, more powerful form. I was lying in my bed, too depressed to even think about getting up and fighting, when I remembered something. My statue outside. It was almost finished. Even if I couldn't defeat Sir Slashalot, the least I could do is go out there and finish my statue. So that's what I did. I went outside, and using the rest of my gathered materials, I finished my statue. It looked magnificent, that strong, powerful demon. It reminded me of something important. If I keep trying and didn't give up, I could be that strong and even defeat Sir Slashalot in his stronger form. Just as I was starting to get my hope back, Hellhound approached me with some more good news.
Zozo, you seem down, so I wanted to do something nice for you, since you rescued me from Sir Slashalot. I upgraded your sword. It's not just any Dragonbone sword anymore. It's a flamed Dragonbone sword.
Oh my goodness, Hellhound, this is amazing! And it looks so much more powerful than my old sword.
To unlock its true power, you need to journey into the Nether's Crimson Forest and find the Fire Aspect enchantment. That will give you the punch you need to teach that armored bully some manners.
From day 90 to day 94, I left my base and ventured out into a forest to the west after hearing rumors that there was a working nether portal somewhere deep in the woods. After searching for 2 whole days, I eventually found it, exactly what I needed. Guess it's now or never. I'm so glad nobody was here to hear that. I hopped into the portal and was immediately transported into the nether. Following the Hellhound's instructions, I kept searching until I found the Crimson Forest and kept a low profile to avoid upsetting some of the less friendly nether dwellers. Wow, this doesn't seem like a particularly nice neighborhood. Thankfully, nobody spotted me and decided to pick a fight. Instead, I just kept searching until I found an old chest hidden in the woods, containing a book that had all the details of the Fire Aspect enchantment. Jackpot! Oh hey, what's that over there? I noticed a block with a strange color in the ground. It took me a second to realize what I was looking at. Ancient debris, one of the rarest blocks out there. Lucky for me, I already had my diamond pickaxe, which is the only thing that can mine ancient debris. I immediately started mining and picked up as many ancient debris blocks as I could carry. This is exactly what I need to give me an edge in the final battle. There's hope for me yet. From day 95 to day 97, I returned to my base one more time to make the final upgrades needed. Gathering that ancient debris was incredibly helpful because it would give me the ability to create some of the most powerful armor out there, even stronger than diamond. I took the ancient debris to my smelting furnace and smelted it until I had some nether scraps. That was the first stage of the process. Then, I looked through my storage until I found some gold ingots, exactly what I needed. I crafted them together to make some handy netherite ingots, which I then fused with the diamond armor I created earlier. The result? Netherite armor! Some of the strongest armor there is, straight from the nether, and perfect for a demon like me! Let's see if Sir Slashalot can even put a scratch on me like this! But I wasn't done yet. Next, it was time to enchant. I created the Unbreakable enchantment, one for each piece of my armor and for my prized weapon, the Flamed Dragonbone sword. Then, just in case things went south during the battle, I crafted a few healing potions, just in case I needed them. Before I set off to do what I needed to do, the Hellhound approached me one more time to offer some words of advice.
And remember, wait until just before the fight to activate your Fire Aspect and reach full power. He'll never expect it that way. You'll take him by surprise.
Thank you for all of your help, Hellhound. I never could have gotten this far without you.
Don't mention it, Zozo. I'd do it all again. Now get out there and show that rust bucket what we demons are made of.
On day 98, I reached the outside of Castle Slashalot once more, and this time I wouldn't chicken out. I'd take him on and defeat him once and for all. Do you believe I can do it? Let me know down there in the comments, along with whatever adventure you'd like me to take next. And be sure to search Zozo for more exciting Minecraft videos. On day 99, I returned to the place that I'd once run from, Castle Slashalot's inner sanctum. The way in wasn't even guarded, so I knew that Sir Slashalot in his ultimate Demon Crusader form wanted to defeat me himself. That was a mistake I'd make him regret. I entered and saw him standing there, waiting for me. He didn't even seem intimidated, but then again, neither was I. It was the final standoff.
We meet again, demon. This time, are you ready to accept your defeat with some dignity?
Funny, I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Such a sad comeback. Do you really think you can defeat me like this, Zozo?
Perhaps not, but how about like this? I activated my Fire Aspect enchantment and began my own final upgrade. I became a huge, powerful demon, just like the one I'd built my statue around, with a mighty 100 hearts. I wielded my flamed Dragonbone sword, ready to bring this to an end. I could feel the anger coming off of Sir Slashalot as I squared up to him.
Typical. Cheating demon. Can't fight fair to save his life.
Man, I'm getting so sick of hearing you talk. We clashed for the last time, but now I was ready. As Sir Slashalot tried to attack me, I was fast and strong enough to block. And in the end, one decisive blow brought the evil knight down.
I can't believe it! Defeated by a worthless demon! What a humiliating way to go!
I punched him one last time, and then he was gone! On day 100, I returned to the base, having finally defeated Sir Slashalot and ended the threat that faced all demons and those who were kind to them. I met back up with the Hellhound and the Snow Fox, who'd been with me through all of this, and I used the Snow Fox's guitar to play us a rad victory song. Life was sweet once again.